For me, I mean, obviously I was very worried about coming in here because this is a tough place to play. Always a great crowd here, and Coach Godfrey's, he's done a great job with his program. And having beaten them at our place last year, I figured they'd be laying for us. Our kids early on played with great confidence on the offensive end, and we were lucky and fortunate enough to make some shots, which fueled our defense even more. And our guys, I thought, did a tremendous job in following our game plan, which was not to give Trevor Lacey and 22 threes. We just and the freshman kid, Caleb Martin. As we looked at it, if those guys get on a roll and start making threes, they're a hard team to beat. And the other big stat for us was rebounding. And when you look at those two stats, they were 0 for 5. They only got 5 off. And our whole thing was don't give them the attempt. And then we were able to rebound them. And State's losses to this point, up coming into the game, they were either even on the boards or out rebounded. And I knew we had to do a great job in that area. And the kids were able to accomplish both things. Two of the big goals we set out, which was to out rebound them and to not give them threes, not give them the attempt, much less, a chance to make them. If you can't get the attempt, you can't make them. Questions? Yeah, 2 days ago, we had maybe some of the best possessions of our defense that we've had, in a long time. I mean, the guys were they were locked in. Coach Cronin, one of the things that he has instilled in this program is guys' ability to practice hard. It's like a 15-round fight. We train for a 15-round fight. That means every day we try to practice as hard as we can from start to finish, and that's where we get our toughness and playing hard from. If you let up, then you can only go 12 rounds, and sometimes it takes you 15 rounds to beat a team. And I just thought that the guys have given us tremendous effort in practice. We've had some of the best possessions defensively we've had, and they're really trying to, on the offensive end, become a better execution team. And if we can do that, then we can get to 70 points. Now, obviously, we got to make some shots, but if we can get to 70 with the way we play defense, we're going to have a pretty good chance to win most games. Well, I think they've done really well. I said this in previous press conferences. The first day, it was surreal. It was like you're being in a fog because, the staff knew the night before that it was a possibility. We didn't know for sure that he was going to be out, and the kids knew nothing about it because Coach didn't want to alarm them unnecessarily because he might have been able to coach. And he actually, had an MRI the night before, and the doctors in the next morning they pulled him the next morning, and we had to tell the team. We couldn't just have him not show up, and he wanted to make sure to reassure them that, hey, I'm not dying. I'm going to be all right. It's just a matter of taking care of it. And that day was tough. I mean, it's tough on me. I mean, here one of my best friends is facing something that's really serious, something you can die from, and so you're worried about him. All of a sudden now you got to move one seat over. You got to get your mindset from being a guy who suggests to a guy who makes decisions. I mean, it's not easy. After that game, and we didn't play very well in that game. I probably didn't coach as well in that game as I think I've coached the last 2 games because, again, I hadn't made that transition. We had a few days to practice. We had a few days more days to get used to him being not in practice every day and that. And he's behind the scenes. He helped prepare for this game like he always does. He watched a lot of tape. We met, our whole staff does, and he's a big part of the reason we won today. He's now kind of the GM, as they say. But it's gotten a little easier because we're used to it now. I'm a little bit more in that mode of head coach again and practice and that. And the guys are getting used to listening to my voice. And Mick has been tremendous in terms of saying, look, They have to get used to you. Until I'm back, they have to listen to you. They have to listen to the staff. They have to get used to you guys. I'm here. I'm still running the program from behind the scenes until I can get to the point I can get back and coach. But they have to listen to your voice. They can't be looking over at me. They got to look at you. And that, that says a lot about his confidence in himself and confidence in us as a staff. And, the guy's really close friend of mine, and I can't tell you how good he's been, how easy he's tried to make this. He's told the kids, look, don't worry about me. You want to help me, play really hard, do the things I've trained you to do to this point, listen to Coach Davis and the rest of the staff. That's how you help me. And the guys have done that. And I couldn't be happier with them in terms of just, their ability to lock in and listen to our staff and try to do, what we're asking them to do. And again, coaches like Pat Riley back there, he's helping us from that capacity until he can get back on the sidelines. Oh, I think the kid's got a tremendous future. I mean, I think he can be an all-league player. I mean, that guy for a freshman, he is consistent. Tonight if he makes his free throws, he's a double-figure guy, and he's been double-figure points and close to double-figure rebounds, almost every single game. And he made some big plays tonight. Now he made some big plays. When it got to 10, he didn't score a bucket. But it was late clock. He put his head down. He got it to the rim, and he got it up on the rim, and Octavius dunked it home. But if he hesitates as a freshman and plays scared, all of a sudden it could be an 8-point game, and he had a huge block on the other end. Tay had 4 fouls, and Gary went and got it. And, again, it was a 10-point game. So, he's a guy that plays with great confidence, and, we need to keep throwing the ball. I know that, because something good happens when it gets in his hands, and he's mature enough that when it gets in his hands, he understands how to play basketball. It's not all about just scoring. That may be what you do. It may be an assist. It may be the pass that leads to the assist. For a freshman, he has a tremendous IQ and a great pace to his game. He's just going to get better and better. There's no question.